Hey there, this is Stephen Thompson, host of the Stephen Thompson Experience podcast, blog, and author of a couple of books. I'm out here today drinking coffee and talking about creativity. So, coffee for today comes from Röckenwagner, Cafe and Coffee. And I want to talk today about inspiration. Getting inspired to do your creativity while at the same time taking a break, a rest from your career. So this week I was on spring break. So on spring break, I want to take some time to recharge myself from my job, but also find inspiration for my creativity. So I do two things, and this is what I recommend. If you want to get inspired, do something that you enjoy, something that you don't necessarily get paid for, something that recharges you, something that gives you a sense of joy and peace. For me, coffee shops and bookstores are two things that inspire me. So what I did, I went to a new coffee place and bookstore combined that I never had been to before. Went there and I purchased a book on poetry. I was just feeling, I want to read a book on poetry. So I picked up a great book on poetry, and then I drank coffee in the coffee shop and I journaled. That's what I did for inspiration. But the second thing I did for inspiration is that I went to two museums. I went to the Academy of Motion Pictures Museum here in Los Angeles, and I went to the Getty Museum here in Los Angeles. And what I did in those times is I took pictures and I took notes. So at the same time, I was able to rest for my job, take time off, but also I found inspiration for future podcasts, future blog posts, because I took pictures and then I took notes because I enjoy to research. So when I take a picture and I want to go home and learn more about the exhibit that I saw, that is the type of thing that brings me joy. It also is sort of what my podcast is about. I like to do a lot of research for my podcast, and I like to make connections between different pieces of music or history that don't seem connected, but I work to find connections between them. So go out and find ways to inspire yourself. Inspiration leads to more creativity. And then also take time to rest and recharge. So remember that this week. Inspire yourself, rest and recharge, and then use the things that inspired you, turn them around, and use them in your creative projects. So that's me, Stephen Thompson, drinking coffee, talking about being creative. Get out there, do your work, show your work, inspire others. Check out my blog post on the Stephen Thompson Experience. On my website, you can find my blog post, you can find my podcast, you can find my two books. I'm also putting out some worksheets that could help walk you through gratitude practices and also working to get away from your cell phone device. And I'll put out a worksheet on finding inspiration. Anyway, love talking to all of you. See you next time. Goodbye. Have a great day.